Peace and blessings, family. I pray all is well. I just want to give you a quick little message and maybe a lesson. We can call it a lesson on accountability. So, number one, you know that if you ever go through something in life and it keeps showing up over and over and over, and you keep feeling like, why am I dealing with the same thing? Why does this keep happening to me? Like, if you're in that mode and that mindset and you're feeling these feelings because of these experiences, then guess what? Life has a funny way of showing you this thing over and over and over so you can finally get it. And if you don't ever get it, it's going to keep coming back. So it's not a punishment. This is the school of life. You're here to learn certain things so you can develop your character as you go on your journey. So, number one, we're going to touch on accountability. I just learned accountability maybe a year and a half or close to 2 years. I thought that I was being accountable because I was responsible, because my heart was in the right place, because my mind was in the right place. But I didn't truly understand the word. So if you don't understand a thing, you can't really perform the thing, right? So accountability is when you say, I did this, period. Not I did this because. Had this not happened, ... No, accountability begins and ends with you. I did this. Point blank, period. When you can start doing that, your life becomes better. I promise you that. I am a witness to that. Things will go more smooth. See what happens in life. If you're not being accountable, holding yourself accountable, just saying, okay, I did this. Point blank, period. Things are going to happen to present you the opportunity to hold yourself accountable once again. That's how the cycle starts, and that's how it keeps going until you learn it. So I'm going to give you this one quick example of accountability, and I'm going to use a right now example. My daughter did not take out the trash. I come home, I see the trash piled up in the trash bag. I see the floor, it looks like it's been mopped. Not trying to throw shots, but that's something that she doesn't do. She doesn't mop the kitchen floor at all. So I'm like, well, what happened to the floor? Why is the floor mopped? But I'm just like talking out loud, and I guess she heard me. So being that she heard me, she came herself and she said, I mopped the floor because I was taking the trash out and it started leaking. And so I had to just mop the floor and leave everything right there. I said, well, why didn't you take the whole trash can out? She said, because I was headed outside. I said, that's the perfect opportunity. And she said, no, because I cut the alarm on. I was getting ready to go. And I would just kind of being a little sarcastically funny with it because it wasn't a big deal. And it's still not a big deal. But the trash is still sitting there. This is going on day 2. She has been out the house twice. Okay, yes, she might be running to work or on her way out. And there was so many circumstances of the reason being that the trash is still sitting there, full, mind you. But the accountability part, it wasn't I didn't take it out because of this. I didn't take it out. So one or two things can happen. I can ask her about the trash again, and then that's going to create some kind of frustration, I'm pretty sure, because I keep asking her about the trash. I can be mad about the trash, which I'm not. I can just take out the trash myself, which I am on my way out the door, and I'm going to take it out. But I had to pause to bring this to you guys because it reminded me of accountability. Accountability starts and ends with, I didn't do this. Point blank, period. Part 2 of that, how you correct that so that you can move on and not have the lesson come around again, is to do something different. And sometimes you have the opportunity to do something different in that moment with that situation. And then there are other times where you have to show up for the next situation. But it's about knowing, it's about understanding, and it's about doing. So I say all of that just to say nobody's perfect. Things are going to happen in life, at work, in relationships. But the key of it all is accountability. in relationships. If somebody does something and it's going to cause you to react a way that works against your character, then you need to look at yourself, number one, and look at the relationship. Why is this bringing me out of character? Things at work. What is happening here that I keep being drawn out of character so that I can do and be who I truly am? So it's all about building your character at the end of the day, being a better steward of your thoughts and of your actions. And just to add the relevancy in this pertaining to the trash, my daughter is always late everywhere she goes. I love her, but she is always late. Anybody that knows her can attest to this. But for her, it would be practicing being on time. Because if she was leaving on time, she would have had time to do the trash. It's been 2 days. I promise you, wherever she's going, she's running late, so she doesn't have time to do it. Again, it's not a problem. I love her dearly. But I had to take this moment to bring this message. Peace and blessings.